What's up, everybody? Mike here, and in this Baldur's Gate 3 video, I want to go over a general overview and explanation when it comes to character creation, races, and classes, as well as other things too. First thing you will choose is your origin. If you don't go with a custom character, then you have many options here with the origin characters. For example, if you go with Astarion, you'll be figuring out why he's a vampire, what motivates him, and more. If you go with Dark Urge, it has an origin story. Let's say you chose a custom character, though, in this case. Race is going to impact several things in Baldur's Gate 3. Race affects certain things and dialogue. For example, if you go with Tiefling, you will have unique Tiefling scenarios in your dialogue options. And that can affect certain events as well. You may be treated differently because you are a certain race. You will also have certain racial features from the start. Some races gain more as you level up. These are important. For instance, some races have dark vision to help you see in the dark, and some have higher critical damage, like the half-orc, and some have proficiencies, like half-elf and human. Additionally, you may notice races don't have ability scores associated with them. Instead, the ability scores are associated with the class you choose and gain them based on that. You don't need to worry about ability scores when selecting your race. Something also to keep in mind is sub-races have their own features, like Dragonborn that is red, brass, or gold gets a fire breath attack. I want to mention this as well. While being optional, some items work better with a certain race that can benefit your build, such as add more damage or give a bonus elsewhere. Once you select your race, then you're ready to choose your class. There are 12 classes in Baldur's Gate 3: Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. Each one of these classes has a general theme to it. You can check their descriptions, such as Barbarian, to see they are unarmored fighters that are very strong and can deal a lot of melee damage. You will also see what is called cantrips, and these are simply level 0 spells. Usually they are on spellcasting classes, and you cast them every turn if you want, because they have unlimited casts. Other spells in Baldur's Gate 3 are single use, and you have a certain amount of spell slots, so when you run out, you have to rest at camp to replenish them. Sometimes you may only need a short rest, otherwise a long rest will suffice, but with cantrips, you don't have to worry about that. Depending on what class you selected, you will be prompted to choose your subclass. Not all subclasses are available at character creation. For example, Oathbreaker, subclass for Paladin, is a hidden one you have to unlock by breaking your oath in some way. Other classes may gain their subclass at level 3 or level 2, so keep that in mind, because you won't know what those subclasses are during character creation. I'll be making future videos that go more in depth about classes and their subclasses to help it be more clear for everyone, including build videos. Let's say you choose Sorcerer class. You will be able to select from Wild Magic, Draconic Bloodline, and Storm Sorcery. It will show you the subclass features you gain immediately, but not all, since you get more as you level up. When choosing a spellcasting and you are not familiar with 5th edition D&D, then I suggest you go with the default. Plus, in some cases, you can change these as you level up if you decide you don't like a certain spell. Honestly, have fun experimenting with your spells as you level up if you don't like a specific spell, because you can also respec to try different things, if you wish. Now that you're done with that part, you'll then select your background, which also has effects on your dialogue, where you get options related to your background. Make sure you read through these so you have a better understanding of what they are. These will give you proficiencies with certain skills. If you're proficient with a specific skill, then you'll be better with it. Your rolls will be better with that skill. Basically, in dialogue options, when you got to roll, if you got like a perception check or strength, constitution check, things like that. Lastly, you will assign your ability points into strength, dex, constitution, etc. Usually there is a setup already, but I suggest to adjust it a little bit based on what you plan your playstyle to be. I recommend stick to even numbers because you gain modifiers at every even value, and you can't get higher than plus 17 at character creation anyway. There are various roles affected by your ability scores, such as strength, which influences the chance to hit in melee in combat, and increase the damage you do for each +1. It's important to know and understand what these ability scores do, and in some cases, there may be 2 abilities they are very focused on. I still suggest aim for an even number. I'll go more detail with specific values and specific classes in future videos to give you a better understanding of how this all works. Then, of course, you'll be customizing your character's appearance. And I found out recently that apparently you can pick whatever genitals you want on your character. So, yeah, it's Cyberpunk all over again. There are a lot of options here you can choose from, such as your character's voice, hair, eyes, and more. Even though your character does not talk, usually in dialogue conversations, you'll still hear them in combat, like making sounds, whether being attacked or doing the attacking, things like that. So that is how character creation is handled in the full game. This wraps up the video, and maybe some of you already knew about a lot of this, but I still want to help inform anyone new to this game. I hope you enjoyed this and the helpful tips I gave on things you may not know. I look forward to doing separate videos for races and why you might choose a specific race, as well as classes and subclasses. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.